My name is Shine Brian Kofi Cha, the president of Nugs Russia, and we're here today to have our congress.
Please want to know what's your observation about today's congress?
To be very honest with you, the time we're starting the program is not the best. We could have done better, and then when I was giving my report, the number 2 in the room wasn't encouraging. But I know the host city has about 64 students, and I was really disappointed with that. But I know it's the first time, so we'll do our corrections.
All right, so I want to also ask that what is your expectation for the announcement of the results of the Nugs elections?
As for expectations, that's very tough because I believe all the candidates are able-bodied men, and they'll be able to do well in handling the affairs of the union. It will be very difficult to pinpoint who can win what, and I just say may the better man win.
All right, so what's your projection? What do you think Nugs Russia has in store for us, for the students, for the people that are studying in Russia in the coming years?
Nugs Russia has a lot in store for the members. Because one thing I believe, some students always ask, what do we get from the union? And I also throw back, what do you give to the union? But one more thing that I believe in is whatever we are doing here is just a springboard. This place is a springboard for us to move into the future. We are meeting our business partners, meeting good friends, and what have you. You don't know who's going to save you in the future. So I always believe that this place we should make use of the time here and set up our contacts. Like right now, I know you as Mr. Awinsaba. I've been hearing your name, but I've never seen you in person. But I believe by the time we leave here, I'll have your contacts. So that's what I'm saying, that we should make use of this time, get our business partners, and we'll move on from there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shine Brian.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, welcome to Ryazan.
Thank you very much.
Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Joshua Kobnambro, a third-year medical student of First Moscow State Medical University.
Please, what's your position in Nugs Russia?
Well, I'm the outgoing financial secretary.
All right. We want to ask, what's your observation about today's Nugs Congress?
Well, I think it's one of a kind because this is the first step we are taking. It's the first time we're organizing a congress outside Moscow. And I think organization-wise, I'll give the whole city 60%. But then on our part as members, I don't think we deserve the remaining 40%. I'll give them 30 because it's like we are not so punctual, basically. And they say time is money. So, yeah, I think it wasn't good on our part.
So please, I want to ask that what is your expectation about the announcement of the results?
Well, I myself, this year, I'm not contesting for any position. But then I feel strong tension in myself because I can see the whole election process is going to be very, very competitive. So as to giving predictions or anything, I can't really give it. But then I know it's going to be very competitive and people will win by marginal differences, yeah, basically.
All right. Please, what's your projection into the year, into the subsequent years for Nugs Russia? What do you think that Nugs can do for the students and then the people staying in Russia?
Well, I think every year Nugs grows into a stronger union. Ever since the time I came here, I've seen it growing gradually. Every year there have been great improvements. So I know basically it's like almost every year a new standard is set for, greater ones to be created. So let's say the future is bright, basically. The future is bright.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, welcome to Ryazan.
Thank you very much.
Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
Well, my name is Awusu Richard, the current organizing secretary of Nugs Russia and a candidate for the vice presidency.
Wow. Please, what has been your observation for today's Congress?
Well, first of all, let me talk a little bit about the city. I really like Ryazan. It's serene as compared to Moscow, too noisy. And so far, even though the program started a bit late, which is not surprising, but with the attendance, well, I can say I'll give you, let's say, 75% attendance. Not so good, but I believe you can still do better. Also, basically, these are my observations. But the lunch is super. Yeah, I'm full. It's very sweet, so very delicious.
From your introduction, you are standing for a position. What is your expectation in the announcement of the results, which is going to be up in about 30 minutes?
Well, there are two things in election. It's not like football where you can have a win, lose, or a draw. This one is only two. You either win or you lose. But my expectations, nobody goes into a war to lose. So I expect to win. But regardless of the outcome of the result, we are one people. And it's still Ghana. At the end of the day, it's still Ghana. So whether it goes to me or it goes to my compatriot Ferdinand, it's still one house. So I will accept the results, whatever happens, in good faith.
All right. Thank you very much. I want to ask, if by chance you happen to win, what are your visions for the Nugs Russia?
All right. I know you're a man of God, so I'll hold you on that word that I hope to win, and I'll win too. just that. Well, I made my policies known during my campaign. I basically have 5 areas that I want to work on. The first is to strengthen the relationship between the student and the scholarship and private students, and the second one was integration of the Ghanaian community with the student body. The third was amendment of the constitution, and the fourth on my policy was the delay in the stipends of scholarship students, to work on that, and the fifth, I think, is the regional organization, like what we are having here today. So I believe these were my 5 policies that, when I win as the vice president, I'm going to help implement.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Samuel.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Please, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Ferdinand-Kalemba Munenkuma, Vice President Aspirant, Nugs Russia. Ryazan.
All right. Mr. Ferdinand, please, what has been your observation in today's program, the Congress?
The attendance is not so encouraging, but I think for a start and for a newly hosting city like Ryazan, we don't expect anything better than what we are seeing, and on an average, it's good.
Please, what are your expectations? I know you are an aspiring vice president. What are your expectations in the elections, the announcement of the results?
Yeah, on the general uproar and as a sportsman, there are always 2 things. It's either a win or a lose. And, in elections, you don't have a draw. And even if there's a draw, you have to break the tie. So definitely someone will win and the other lose. So I expect anything. And with my own homework I've done and with the views I brought, I presented to the people, I hope to really emerge victorious. Okay. I'm positive.
All right.
Yep.
If you have the opportunity to be the vice president of Nugs Russia, what will be your visions? What will be your heartbeats for the Nugs Russia?
I've always been one person who complains about transparency and the decentralization of Nugs program. I will really make sure that these policies are being well implemented and everybody has his or her own share of the better Nugs agenda we are talking of. These are my views. I'll bring on board.
All right. What are your projection into the years ahead for Nugs Russia in relation with students and then all these policies you are talking about?
With the change we have actually initiated or we apply for, if it's being effected, I think Nugs Ryazan will go places in the future and we'll have a better Nugs in the future, provided the executive boards change and we actually make good change in leadership. I think the good Nugs Ryazan has a good future. The prospects are great.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ferdinand.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You're welcome to Ryazan.
Thank you.
Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Agnes, and I'm here as an observer and supporter, to watch what's happening. And I would say Ryazan is so calm.
All right.
Too calm.
And then, please, what has been your observation for today's Congress?
Actually, I came late? I don't know what to say, but I think the attendance is bad, especially those from Moscow. It's too bad. But I think the Ryazan people, you guys are here. It's too bad and something, I don't know when we are going to close from here.
All right, please, what is your expectation in the announcement of the results? What are your expectations?
I hope the right person comes out as winner, or those I just hope Nugs Russia votes for the right people. That's all I can say. And I hope there's no cheating or anything like that.
All right. And then what is your, again, your expectation with regards to Nugs Russia in the future for students?
Okay, I think Nugs Russia has a lot for students, so we should all come together and work together to make this union more successful so that our voices can be heard in Russia, in Ghana.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Jeffrey Ofori. I'm the Vice President of the Nugs Ryazan branch.
All right. Please, what has been your observation concerning today's Nugs Congress?
Good. We started very slow. The organization wasn't easy at all, but we managed to pull something through. I know, listening to a lot of my colleagues, it's like we started the program very late, but so far so good. We expect high things to come for the rest of the few hours you have here.
All right, please, I want to ask, within 30 minutes or an hour, we are going to hear the results of the elections that we just held. What are your expectations?
Well, I believe everyone is competent enough. They've put in a lot of effort, time, resources to come this far. Basically, I'm expecting the best person to win, even though naturally I would prefer to go for one of my local colleagues, Hamza or Ferdinand. But whatever comes, at the end of the day, the bigger picture is what we have to look at. Nugs Ryazan Nugs Moscow, should be the priority of everyone. And then we hope that we will be able to network together and then carry the association forward.
And my last question is, what is your projection with regards to Nugs Russia and then the students' community in the various cities in Russia?
Yeah, there's been a lot of hula baloo, especially beginning from this year. We expect that things will change. We want them to decentralize and then be able to give people who are also competent and are irrespective of the city the person is studying, to be able to give the opportunity to contribute his or her quota to help the mother union. That's my expectation for the rest of the years ahead for Nugs Russia. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
Fine evening.
Please, you are welcome to Ryazan.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
All right.
I'm really excited to be here.
Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
Okay, I'm Governor Samuel Bisoki, and then I school in Novgorod State University, and I'm an aspirant for this year's general election for the position of the General Secretary. Yeah.
All right. Please, what has been your observation about today's program?
No, first of all, I must comment on this. I'm really excited that for once, Congress for Nugs Russia has been outside Moscow, which I think is a big step for the union. Because it's a big step for the union. That I'm happy about. And so far, I've been impressed. The location of the program itself has impressed me. I was there in the last Congress, and I think the location itself has impressed me more. That's what I would say. And then I'm hoping that I just came, so I'm hoping that the events to follow will excite me as much as the event and the warm reception that I've received since I came.
Please, from your introduction, you are aspiring for General Secretary. What is your expectation in the elections?
Okay, my expectation in the elections, I think it's a win-win for Nugs Russia, because looking at the aspirants, these are confident, competent young men, and then I expect that once we are given the nod, we should be able to perform collectively and then do something great for this union, and then leave it better than we met it. So for me, I think it's a win-win. Whoever wins today, Nugs Russia has won. Yeah, that is my expectation.
All right. What are your visions? What do you envisage Nugs Russia doing for the students' body in the coming years?
Well, I envision a lot. As a private student, students always have problems. So it is not unusual that I as a private student have got problems too. And not only me, the whole student body has got problems. And sometimes it has to do with mostly finances. And I believe that together with the president and other executives, can be able to come out with a solid plan to either be able to increase the stipend that the government students receive, or increase the scholarship for the student body. And then, yes, I think basically if we can do that, and then if we are able to to bring the government along to understand the problems we face here as students, and then they are ready to at least even give the private students some partial scholarship. I think that will go a long way to help the student body a lot. Other than that, I think the other policies that we might have will just be a way to better the union as a union for forward moving. Yes, yeah, I think that is all right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Governor.
Yeah, and then I wanted to say something. For my position as the General Secretary, what I would like to do, just you didn't ask me that. And I thought, yes, my plan is, this is just a plan. And I'm hoping that when I'm given the nod, it should be implemented. I've been looking at the record keeping in Nugs Russia, and it is not the very best. So I've been speaking to one computer guy in my school who developed some computering system for the university, and I'm counting on him to provide us some computerized system that will be able to track the students in the union and their numbers, their email addresses, and then we'll be able to have a much more integrated Nugs Russia, so that we'll be much more informed on the problems each local union encounters, so we can be able to deliberate on them to find solutions to that. So that's what I'm counting on. If that guy is not able to help me, there must have to be a general announcement to the whole Nugs Russia body, so anybody who has any much knowledge on computerized system and could develop such a software for us, we'll be very grateful. Because I think it's a long time we integrate Nugs Russia very well. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Governor.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
Well, I'm Paul, the organizing secretary for Nugs Ryazan, and this is me.
Please, what has been your observation concerning today's program?
Well, first of all, it's been quite well. Everything went quite well. I mean, all the organizers came through. They worked so hard. They put a lot of work in it. So I'm actually glad to be here witnessing such a wonderful occasion. I mean, it's a milestone for Nugs. It's a milestone for Nugs Russia as a whole, and we hope everything goes on well in the course of the day.
All right. Please, what are your expectations concerning the elections?
First of all, these guys, they put in a lot of work. All those who filed candidacy, they put in a lot of work. So I hope actually everything is free and fair, so that the best man actually wins. But personally, I hope my friends, those guys from Ryazan, I know who they are personally, how they work, how honest they are. So I hope they win, actually, yeah.
All right. And then what is your vision for Nugs Russia in the years coming?
My vision for Nugs Russia? Well, Nugs Russia just started not so long ago, and the previous guys who started this have actually worked hard, and all we want right now is that we're able to decentralize the organization, go through a lot of places. So we hope that the people who are going to stand right now, the organizers, are able to decentralize. That's my main aim, decentralization, so that other guys can also take part in everything.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.